just realized we usually do something here before we start. We do. Well, we had a blast. We saw each other in person.
Finally, our one time a year.
Oh, don't say that. It makes me sad.
Well, we have lots of plans to make
True.
sure that we see each other at least twice a year, and then Realm Makers or any other. We have
Events.
some events. We have some up our sleeves that we would love to pair up and go to. So, at least twice a year, and then any events or Realm Makers, because that seems to be our.
That's true.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, speaking of Realm Makers, let's get this started. Hi, I'm Emily, author of the Xeris Galaxy Saga, among other things.
And I'm Christen, author of the YA rom-com It Happened at Christmas, among other things.
And we're excited to welcome you to The Margins, a podcast where we have candid conversations about the writing life, indie and traditional publishing, the book industry, and more.
And today's candid conversation topic is advice from the realm.
We are so excited because at Realm Makers, we were able to do a little bit of recording, kind of more of like me just surprising people with a microphone and saying, hey, give us your best writing advice.
And really, we got so many. Like, I wasn't shocked because people are amazing. But generally when a microphone gets shoved into my face and they're like, give me writing advice, like I completely shut down.
Yeah.
And so many of you guys were amazing and gave amazing advice. And I'm really excited for this episode.
Absolutely. So we are really just going to play it out for you without really any kind of commentary, but you will be seeing these broken up on our Instagram. Side note, if you're not following at The Margins Writing on Instagram, you should be. We're finally having the chance to post some more content, and we're really digging into hopefully posting helpful things for you guys for whether you're pre-published or multi-published. You're going to find some different pieces of advice on there, and we're going to tie it to our Substack too.
Yes, and as always, if there is something that we're not covering that you have a question about, please feel free to reach out on our DMs or Emily and my individual DMs or on our Substack, because we would love to dig into the questions that you guys have and be most useful for you guys.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and play these out for you guys. We'll give a little introduction before each author and like maybe one of their notable books. Please go check them out. We know them all. They're all amazing.
Yes.
And we definitely want to support other authors. So, and thank you all who gave your advice.
Yes, thank you so much.
So, my name is Adeline Belsterling. I write YA fantasy for young adults and the young at heart. So, I just published my second book, and it was such a wonderful process. I love the book. The actual publishing part took a lot more energy, and I am a pastor's wife. I have two daughters who one just turned 5, one is 1.5, and the time is just flying by. And I feel like the Lord was telling me, hey, I know you feel like you're just gaining some momentum in your publishing journey, but it's time for the publishing field to lie fallow, because time is just flying by. My girls are growing so fast, and I just really want to savor this time when they're young, because it's such a magical time when they are discovering the world. They're discovering how to read. They're discovering books for the first time, and I want to be present in that season as much as possible. I'm starting homeschooling with my kindergartner in the fall, so that's a huge undertaking that is going to require more of my energy. And so I feel like the Lord is telling me publishing will always be there. There are seasons when it is time to take your foot off the gas and put on other hats, and knowing that people are always going to want books, and people who love your books are going to be there when you get back if you have to step away.
Candace Cade, author of Enhanced.
Live life to the fullest. The more you live, the more you can write about it. It's going to give you a wealth of information to pull from.
Urban fantasy author Cassie Grootman.
Some days are going to be really difficult, but just keep going because it's absolutely worth it.
Hey, this is Clint Hall. One of the things that I've kind of noticed in talking to so many authors at Realm Makers is that too many of us are saying other people's no for them. So if you are an author and you are interested in pitching to publishers, pitching to agents, or even just trying to maybe sell your book to a new reader, never assume that somebody's not interested in your story. We are way too quick to self-reject, and I understand it's that fear of putting yourself out there, and you'll start talking yourself into all those reasons why the person across the table from you might say no. but we have to stop doing that. You will be surprised who will say yes to all kinds of opportunities, and not just pitching your book. Maybe it's to be a mentor, or maybe it's to come on a podcast with you, or to have you on their podcast. So never say anybody's no for them. You will be surprised how many people will actually say yes.
Dan Dietz, author of The Whole Man.
All right, what I'd say to a new author is, by all means, don't go it alone. You may be writing alone, but it's a full team sport when it comes down to it. And the other thing I said, you're not going to feel like writing every day, so treat it like a job. You may not like your job every day, but go to work and put in the time. And I combine those two. It's almost like if you go to the gym. Some days you don't feel like doing it, but go with a friend, have accountability and support from one another, and still go do the reps.
Janelle Leonard, editor and author.
So my biggest advice to authors who get their developmental edit back is do not respond to any emails besides saying, like, I got this. Like, thank you, I received it. But wait at least a week before you start, like, bashing what they said, because a lot of times, like, they are right, but you just need to think about it and pray about it and just let it simmer. And you might come up with different ideas from what they said, but don't lash out with a long email on how awful they are and like how they don't know what they're doing, because we don't know everything, but we do know something.
Jennifer Dyer, author of The Donor.
When editing, try not to get frustrated with yourself as you're going through it. One of the things I do is I make comments in the margins, or you could make comments on a piece of paper rather than stopping and restarting constantly. It helps to keep down frustration and keep your creativity flowing.
Seth Ring, author of Battle Mage Farmer, among many other books.
All right, so my piece of advice is that you should write the next book, and all of the people telling you that you need to market and that you need to do social media and you need to do your newsletter and you need to have a website and you need to do everything under the sun, special editions, Kickstarter, whatever it is, none of it is as important as just writing the next book.
Victoria McCombs, author of A Bride of Fallen Stars, among many other books.
Okay, I know your main character is the main character, but if you give the side character their own growth, their own personality, their own plots, even if they never show up as a POV, your book will be so much fuller for it.
Z.R. McCormick, author of Awakening.
Okay, so my advice just from this weekend and being around and hearing the speakers is slow down in your creative process. You don't have to be a million places at once, even though it feels like that. But it's one step at a time, just working with what you have and enjoy the process. Don't let it bog you down.
Diamante, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay, am I going now? All right. Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Zias Diamante, cozy and epic fantasy author, and I would love to give you guys the advice to write what you want. Seriously. It's so much more fun to write what you want and find the audience later, because honestly, all the marketing stuff is so difficult and it can be so painful, such a drudgery. And the writing is supposed to be the fun part. So write what you want and find the readers later.